Hey, Mike. Yeah, we're looking pretty good for today. It is warmer, though, and our humidity going up. You probably feel a little bit more summer-like, and then we will have summer almost in earnest at the end of this week. We'll have lots of sun. We will have higher humidity, and we're staying steady from about Thursday into the weekend and even early next week. I have our high temperatures right around or even just above the 90-degree mark. It's not so bad today, though. Look at this somewhat low dew point temperature, humidity at 50%, our temperature at 81, and the big upper low finally lifting away from us. So we are left with this really quiet, sunny kind of scene in South Louisiana. And looking at temperatures all over the place, we're looking mostly for cooler weather, of course, where the rain and upper low is ongoing. And now we've really rebounded into the 80s already along our part of the Gulf Coast. And you look over toward Texas, and they're already in the lower 90s in those typical spots that do get super hot early in the year. Temperatures right now for us, upper 70s to lower 80s. So feeling fairly comfortable at lunchtime. A little warmer, though, for sure, compared to the past couple days. Our high today expected around 86. The average right now is 85. So we're very close to average or just above. And then we're going even further above as we get into the next few days. Winds from the south up to about 10 or so miles per hour. Tonight, north of the lake, we're looking for upper 60s, south around 70. We've had some 50s in the mix for lows the past couple mornings, so this is not going to be that kind of setup for tomorrow. We jump up to near 70 for that low, and we also see humidity increase as that upper pattern shows the low shifting away, replaced fairly quickly by a big ridge of high pressure building over the Gulf and influencing our weather, bringing that sinking, stable air, not allowing a lot of clouds or showers or storms to pop up and cool us down. And also, as that air sinks, it compresses and heats up. So when we have the big H, this is often what we're talking about with these kind of setups. So late weekend, that summery feel will be here. We're talking about both heat and humidity. So this is your high temperature forecast. Highs around 90, 91 from Thursday all the way onward. And I've been pointing out our record temperatures are 97, 95, 94, 94. So I don't think we'll be at those records, especially those 96s and 97s. Those were set in 2018 during our really hot stretch that we had back then in May. Some of the hottest weather that we have seen ever in May at the airport. So first 90 of the year, we're pretty close to average. If we hit it on Thursday, we'll just be a couple days above or earlier than average for the New Orleans International Airport. Now, this is just when we first touch 90, just to point out. It doesn't mean that we really get into the 90s for real, but it does look like we'll have a pretty decent stretch this year of 90-degree weather going, not just one day, and then we go back down into the 80s. We are looking at the earliest that has happened on April 9th in 2020. We were already hitting 90 degrees about a month before now, and then the latest that's happened is June 30th. Someone asked me recently, did we have a year like this where we waited a long time to get to 90? And I checked, the latest that we got into the June timeframe for the 90-degree temperature, the first time in the year was 2014. We had two rainy months, May and June, and it prevented us from getting to 90 until June 6th that year. But every other year since then, looking at the records, we did hit 90 in May. Looking at this weekend, here we have a little front, kind of getting hopeful here maybe, but it does look like this just won't have the upper level push all the way south. It's very typical for this time of year. Instead, it will just kind of hang out for a minute off to the north of us and lift back north as a warm front. So cold front stays to the north, and we just continue kind of oblivious to it off to the north. There might be a shower or two off in South Mississippi, but we're not really expecting any here, including our coastal Mississippi spots. So weekend forecast, looking hot, looking humid. We're going to have to get used to it. We know we have a lot more of this coming, and it does look like we'll be jumping into that summer kind of feel starting Thursday, and we're not so used to it. It's been a while, so just make sure you take all your normal heat precautions through the weekend and early next week.